Happy Resurrection Day, friends. It is Easter Sunday, and I am potting up tomatoes that I started on March 5th. I started these. They are getting, okay, this looks yellower in the camera than it does in person, but they're definitely still getting a bit worn. As you can see, they have like 1, 2, 3 sets of true leaves already heading toward, wait, 1, 2, yeah, 3 sets of true leaves already. So I should have been potted these babies up. So I'm potting them up today. I'm only going to pot up once, and then I'm going to put these in the ground, hopefully in the next month. I think tonight is our last freeze. It's supposed to get down to 31. Literally in Austin, I would already be eating tomatoes, but I didn't even start these until March. When in Austin, I would be putting them outside already at the beginning of March. So I'm potting these up. As you can see, I just took this one out of its container. It was a Super Sweet 100, and let's go down in here. I pulled it out of its container. See all those roots already? I took off the extra leaves. You can kind of see up here where I took off the leaves up to, I did leave a long one and then the 2 next ones that were coming in, the 2 next sets of leaves that were coming in, or the 1 next set of leaves that were coming in. I put a little bit of potting soil, potting mix, not seed starter mix, but potting mix in just to coat the bottom, like a cup size, an IKEA sippy cup size, baby cup size, or kitty cup size rather. And then I put these down in the pot. You can see it's going to be right at about height, the height of where those plants start, where those leaves start, and I'm going to put the soil right up to there. And another thing you'll notice is that this fuzziness, all that fuzziness on the stems, those can all become roots. So it's good to pot the stems. So in years past, I have also had a fan on my seedlings, and that has given them, just kind of taught them to be tough. But I didn't do that with this first stage. I will do it with the second stage. And I hadn't done it because I had my chicks down there, and even though they're not where the food is, it was already, where the plants are, it was already kind of cool down there, and I didn't want it to be even colder. So I will start that process now, and look, these look better, right? Just the tops look better. Those new sets of leaves, the ones in the middle. So those are the ones we're gonna preserve. I'll show y'all when I'm done. Something about the lessons in gardening, ooh, goodness. I was just working out here, and then this lesson just hit me all, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to go and get my camera and record this, because I'm out here preparing garden beds, working hard, kind of, intense labor out here for seeds that have not even germinated yet. That's a word for somebody. Preparing a garden bed for seeds that have not even germinated yet. I just believe that they're going to germinate, and that I'm going to have squash, zucchini, eggplants, peppers, and herbs. So I'm out here working. Ain't germinated, but that's a life lesson, right? That's a faith lesson. We have to trust. We have to believe. We have to know that we know that God is going to come through. Like we know that surely the seeds that I plant will bring forth life. They will germinate. So I'm going to start preparing my garden beds now, so that when those seeds are ready, Jesus, look at that, I'm going to be able to plant them. I got my own self happy today. Amen. Well, y'all, this is my carrot that I grew. The first carrot I pulled, actually I had a little mini one the other day, but it was tiny. This is my first full carrot, and this I planted last fall. Looks like I might could have let it go longer, but I didn't. Oh, I eat it. It's sweet. I'm very proud. I didn't even cut the skin off of it. Tasty. I'm so proud. I'm gonna give the tops to the chickens. I gave the little chicks one part of the top. I'm gonna give the big chickens another part of the top. Y'all, spring is springing, and we're getting the garden ready. And look, Eric and Kalani put up these posts today. I did not even think about recording it because we just getting jobs done. But they put up the posts, and now Eric and I are putting up the fencing. And I'm also potting some things up. And as a real grown-up now, I got myself some azaleas, and I'm so happy. So we got a lot going on today, and I'm so excited. It's looking so good, y'all. Look at my garden. Oh, I'm so proud of it. Erica's almost completely done. These front 2 sections here are gonna have chicken wire on them because we found this 100-foot, 4-foot high. It's not hardware cloth, but what is it called? Huh? Woven wire fencing. Welded wire fencing. So we found 100 feet of this. It was a really good price. So we got that. So we have like, what'd you say, 14 feet, 10 feet?
Well, we've got
just these 2 patches.
Besides the gates.
Yeah.
Altogether, it's 22 feet. Yeah.
But what is it without the gates? 14?
I got to cover 7 feet here and 7 feet there.
Okay. So you have 14 feet left, and that will use chicken wire for. The chicken wire that had been fencing in that section back there that is now completely enclosed. And then we'll make some, the gates out of chicken wire, and that'll be that. Yay! I'm so excited. Honey, thank you so much. It looks, like Eric was saying, it looks so much more like organized and together and like a garden now. And I so agree. It looks like we have a real garden now. Even though there's like a whole bunch of, what do you think, dandelions out there? Huh? What? Dandelions, but what did you say?
I said weeds.
Oh, not weeds, dandelions. And y'all, just so you know,
For tea and stuff.
we will be growing, or that's what I was gonna say, just so y'all know, we will be not growing, I guess, but harvesting dandelions in other parts of the grass because they're literally everywhere. But I'm gonna try to keep them out of my garden because they are pretty invasive. So yeah, here we are. By the end of the day, I will have a garden, fenced in garden. Call me impatient, but marigolds are in the ground. We are supposed to get a 35-degree night. I'm going to cover them up. I was tired of waiting. I've had them for like a couple of weeks. Marigolds are in the ground. No, it's not a straight line. Don't judge me. Here's the rest, and I'll be figuring out what to do with them later. I might put them in a stacker, but I'm thinking I might put them around the garden in different places. Onions are looking beautiful. I should weed them. This guy's trying to be friends with my onions, and he's not allowed to live here. You're not allowed to live here, honey. No. No, you got to go. Got to go. Got to go. Got to go. Yeah, so I need to do some weeding of my onions, but they're looking pretty good. Potatoes are looking fabulous. Carrots are looking fabulous. No, I'm not thinning them. Don't judge me again. I love Cog Hill Farm, and I've watched them, and they have not thinned carrots. If I do thin them, it might be like in a couple more weeks. I don't know. But so far, I'm very happy with them. Here's some strawberries. Potatoes are popping, 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 popping. If you're on my Facebook group, not my Facebook group, but the Facebook group that I'm a part of, then you know I've been asking about this wood pile. This compost pile, and talking about putting scraps in it, kitchen scraps in it. Not really wanting to, but Eric wants to, but it sounds like it may work out. I just don't want rodents, but I've gotten some ideas, so we'll see. But I want to take those grass shavings that are dry and hill up the potatoes with those, and maybe a little bit something else. This soil is so hard, I don't want to use it, but maybe with the pines or with the grass shavings, it'll be okay. So yeah, so far my garden is coming in pretty nicely. My potatoes. There was originally supposed to be another row of potatoes right here. I don't know if I'll do it or not. Now that I have Calandra's, thank you, Calandra. Now that I have her tiller, I may go ahead and put a row of potatoes here. The peas, like I said, there are 4 plants. I'm thinking I'm going to move some things into that area behind them and leave the peas there. But look at this potato in the pot. She's starting to come. So yay. I'll take these guys out. But yes, she's starting to come. I'm excited about that. I just had leftover potatoes from the grocery store, so I'll put them in there. That had eyes on them already. So we just cut that piece off of the potato and use the rest of it, and here you go. You can absolutely use kitchen potatoes from the grocery store. So here's a pea growing. Here's another one, a third one, a fourth one, and a fifth one. But I literally planted like 20 peas on 2 rows here, and only 5 have come up. So I'm like, is it worth it to keep these? But people in my group said to plant something else behind them. So I'm gonna do that. But I have this really nice trellis system here that I'm like, why keep that here? So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that yet, because I think I wanna put that over where my green beans and peas, that's black-eyed peas are gonna be. So we'll see. But it's all coming together, y'all. I put coffee grounds from Starbucks out here yesterday, and that was awesome. You can go to Starbucks and get free coffee grounds, free 99, the best price, and use them in your garden. I'm pecking on the head. Oh, cayenne pepper.
Excuse me, miss. Excuse me. You are very loud. Are you looking for your sisters? Yeah.
Hey y'all. Good morning, actually good afternoon. I hope you can hear me. Eric is over there tilling, and yay, he's finally home from his business trips, which are like the month of March and April for the most part. So he's finally back home, so I'll be back. Okay, disaster averted. Eric did what I did the other day by accident, got the tiller caught in the fence, but it's out now. But yeah, we are working in the garden, getting that soil prepped. We'll do that side, and then the other side, that side afterward. And I'm gonna put the soil conditioners in it. So basically the amendments, some gypsum, because this is really hard clay soil. I'm gonna put some black cow, not mad cow. I almost said mad cow. Well, I did say mad cow instead of black cow. That's funny. And then some coffee grounds and some 13-13-13. But in the meantime, I have been getting the chickens situated. I cleaned out their waterer, and I rinsed the base, and I'm gonna bring them some fresh water. Let me show you what's what. So the new girls are very big now. They are 9 weeks old. They are establishing their pecking order. Then the big girls are back there enjoying their lives, and I'm gonna bring them their water so they can have something nice and fresh to drink. I'm gonna pour a little bit of apple cider vinegar in there just to keep their digestive system clean and working well. So this is what I use, and I give it to the babies as well as the big girls, just a little bit in their water. That'll mix in, and it's just really beneficial for their digestion. Keeps them, it like helps with worms and stuff. Well, we're at the end of a long work day. The chicks have gone inside. It looks like it's gonna rain soon, so Eric just rounded them up and took them in. Do not laugh at my bootleg garden bed, y'all. But this is the wood from the greenhouse that used to stand right there. And I put that wood out here before I put in the soil that I wanted to, well, before I started amending the soil so that I wouldn't put amendments on areas that didn't really need it. So I put down some gypsum, because this is hard clay soil. So I put down gypsum to break up the clay. It's called clay breaker. Is it gypsum? I think it's gypsum. I'll let y'all know if I got the wrong name. But clay breaker, basically. And then I put, well, first I put coffee grounds from Starbucks that you can get free at your Starbucks or local coffee shop. If you have one that's not a Starbucks, they probably give them away too. Then I put out the gypsum. Then on top of that, I put black cow. And then on the black cow, I sprinkled a teeny bit of, actually it wasn't a teeny bit, I sprinkled a regular size serving of 13, 13, 13 for each size of these beds. These are 2 by 20. These two ones here on the right. This one in the middle is no, let me start over. These are 2 by 10. So those are 20 square feet. This is 1 by 10 supposed to be, so 10 square feet. And this was supposed to be 1 by 10, but it's a little bit wider. So I just pulled it all the way out to the fence. So I don't know, it's probably like 1.5. So that's 10, maybe 15 square feet altogether. And back here we'll go tomatoes, and then here we'll go okra, because there'll be bush okra. This will be, this one here will be black-eyed peas, and this one will be green beans. Eric just got too tired to get that other side done, so he didn't do that other side today, which is totally understandable because this is hard work tilling up the soil, y'all. When I tell you that the pathways are hard again, and that even where I was tilling up the soil, where he tilled up the soil, once I put this stuff on top of it and started trying to work it in, it was hard again. Whew, fix it, Jesus. So it's coming together. Where you see green patches, like here, that is like all weeds. Here, those are weeds. The orange and yellow are not weeds. Over on this side, you can see more stuff that's been planted, so it's not necessarily weeds. Like here is a little patch of herbs right in here. It is raised up. You can't really see that quite as well though. But here where you see spots, mounds, those are beds that will have stuff in them. And in between them are walking paths, and they are full of weeds. Here's a walking path full of weeds all over there. That back there is carrots, not weeds. And that back there is potatoes. But y'all, these weeds are, woo. Here goes some weeds. But that's all right, because some of the weeds are not that horrible. They're actually, what are those things called? Dandelions. So they serve a purpose. They're just like, oh, everywhere. They're super prolific. So, and they're everywhere in my garden, in my grass as well. So I felt like I could get the ones out of my garden and still have plenty enough in my grass to harvest for teas and such. Excuse me, I got like in my throat. But I'm super excited about today. We got so much done. I know that seems like one small area, but y'all, that was a lot of work. And it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I'm kind of bummed because I had hoped to get the other side done. But I don't know that we'll be able to get the other side done tomorrow. And we were also going to get my neighbor's chicken coop from him and just kind of do some work on it to make it workable, because it's kind of falling apart. But we just need a coop for the babies for a short period of time, maybe a month or so, until they get big enough to go into the big one, because they got to get out the basement. They get their eviction notices here. So I'm ready for them to be outside. Outside is ready for them to be outside. They're ready to be outside. They just don't know it. So we're gonna put them back next to the chicken coop, next to the current chicken coop, so they can kind of see each other and stuff, and be getting accustomed to one another, but not in the same space. And we will put them together when they're a little bit bigger, because they're 9 weeks old, but they're still not as big, excuse me, as big as the girls who are in there now. I think they would whoop up on them if they got in there. Lady Featherington would try to eat them, and I'm not here for it. So we will eventually join them with the others. But I'm tired, but it's a good tired. The sky was overcast for part of the day, so we were able to work without being exhausted. It was in the low 70s and upper 60s throughout most of the day, so that's fabulous. Yay.